Okay, now I will explain about simple, compound, and complex sentences. Experienced writers use a variety of sentences to make their writing interesting and lively. Too many simple sentences, for example, will sound choppy and immature, while too many long sentences will be difficult to read and hard to understand. This page contains definition of simple, compound, and complex sentences with many simple examples. At the first is simple sentence. A simple sentence, also called an independent clause, contains a subject and a verb, and it expresses a complete thought. In the following simple sentences, subjects are in yellow and verbs are in green. For example, A. Some students like to study in the morning. B. Juan and Arturo play football every afternoon. C. Alicia goes to the library and studies every day. The three examples above are all simple sentences. Note: Sentence B contains a compound subject. Sentence C contains a compound verb. Simple sentences therefore contain a subject and verb and express a complete thought, but they can also contain a compound subjects or verbs. Next, compound sentences. A compound sentence contains two independent clauses joined by a coordinator. Coordinators are as follows: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Helpful hint: the first letter of each of the coordinators spells fanboys. Coordinators are always preceded by a comma. In the following compound sentences, subjects are in yellow, verbs are in green, and the coordinators and the commas that precede them are in red. For example, A. I tried to speak Spanish and my friend tried to speak English. B. Alejandro played football so Maria went shopping. C. Alejandro played football for Maria when shopping. The above three sentences are compound sentences. Each sentence contains two independent clauses, and they are joined by a coordinator with a comma preceding it. And the last one is complex sentence. A complex sentence has an independent clause joined by one or more dependent clauses. A complex sentence always has a subordinator such as because, since, after, although, or when, or a relative pronoun such as that, who, or which. In the following complex sentences, subjects are in yellow, verbs are in green, and the subordinator and their commas, when required, are in red. For example, A. When he handed in his homework, he forgot to give teacher the last page. B. After they finished studying, Juan and Maria went to the movies. C. Juan and Maria went to the movies after they finished studying. D. The teacher returned the homework after she noticed the error. E. The students are studying because they have a test tomorrow. Remember, first, when a complex sentence begins with a subordinator such as sentence A and B, a comma is required at the end of the dependent clause. Second, when the independent clause begins the sentence with subordinators in the middle as in sentence C, D, and E, no comma is required. Third, sentence B begins with the dependent clause which is followed by a comma, and sentence C begins with the independent clause which contains no comma. And the last one, the comma after the dependent clause in sentence B is required. An experienced listener of English will often hear a slight pause there. In sentence C, however, there will be no pause when the independent clause begins the sentence. Thank you.